What's up, Docs Daily? Welcome into another episode. It is Wednesday, January 14th. I'm joined with vacationer, world traveler, fisherman extraordinaire is what I'm hearing. We're waiting for headquarters to maybe get a video or a picture of this fisherman extraordinaire trophy fish. Yes. Thank you, saving me there. Nick Mencken is back on a Wednesday. What's happening? How was our little trip?
It was good.
I know you were still giving out plays, doing videos too.
We were trying to do videos. We were giving out plays every day, and now we're back in the States. Finally, it was a good trip, good getaway. Obviously, I was out there with Griffin Murphy there, so we caught a couple of trophy fishes.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, right? Two of us in Mexico together. Had a couple IVs in my arm here. We're getting the liquids. We're getting the fluid back here. We're back, ready to roll in 2026, Lenny. I'm jacked up. I'm back. Boys are back.
If you don't know about IV rehabilitation, you should. I for the first time, I used it about a month ago because I went a little hard, partied a little bit. We had a rough night there, maybe long day, long night. Week 18, we beat your Bears second time. So we partied a little hard that night. Let me tell you. That IV came in handy Monday morning, let me tell you. But we're glad to have you back in the States. I'm glad you made it back because any trip with Griffin Murphy is sketchy already. So we're glad you made it back.
He's got no voice. He's still recovering too.
I know he was on Docs Daily yesterday. It just sounded like he'd just been to a music festival.
Well, it's because the Bears game. Call it the Bears, cardiac Bears, whatever you want to call it. We got it done. I don't
cardiac Bears. I like that. The cardiac Chicago Bears.
Will give me a heart attack.
I kind of like that. I'm telling you right now. Cardiac Bears. They used to call us the Cardiac Cats, the Lions. Yeah. But now we suck. Oh no, we suck again. How's that meme go? Mike McDaniel is going to save the day though. He's going to be our offensive coordinator. I'm hoping. God willing. Don't forget about a free $60 account. There's a link in the description of the video. Click the link. It take you right over to the website. You can get a free $60 account parked in your account. Use it on any handicappers premium plays you want, including Nick Mencken's premium plays. I hear you have a 7-unit in the NHL game in the NHL tonight, and on that slate, four games in the NHL too. So small pickings there, but there are gems for sure.
Yeah, there's some value. We're rolling right now. We are on my last 5 plays. We've won 4 of those, so we're up over $1,100, and we got a 7-unit at 7:30 tonight. I love the play, love the value there.
Love it. So check that out. You can get that for free. Use that free 60 account right there, and still have money left over. Okay, you can get that for $30, and then you still have 60 left over or 30 left over out of that 60. So check that out. Link in the description of the video. Also, you become a YouTube member. There's a link in the description of the video. It costs you $5. You can't get a sandwich that long. You got to buy your own members only jacket. I just supply winners unless you followed yesterday. Yesterday, it was I felt like those. Did you see the video that the Pee Wee hockey fight?
No, I didn't.
You were in Mexico at times. So listen, there was this Pee Wee hockey game with these little tykes out there. They're probably 6-7 years old, barely could skate, but they were scrapping. Playmakers were being thrown, and that's what happened to me yesterday. I got my ass kicked in the NHL. I had a good Monday coming off a 6-1 day, and then 0-3 yesterday, and it just I saw it happening after game 1 when I lost in overtime. Like I put my phone away, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna try and regroup. I'm just gonna take this ass beating like a man, because sometimes I will try and live bet to chase. But
degenerate of you.
Whatever. But I thought it was maybe payback for Monday night because I did get degenerate on Monday night. I mean, Monday Night Football, I bet Aaron Rodgers rush yards, for Christ's sake. Who does that? Who does that? I do. But it is what it is. We'll talk about today's slate as well. So check out that. That's the link in the description. And it's only $4.99 a month. Okay, so it's not a lot. And you get a video every day from me with all my craziness. And by the way, we went 3-0 in the NFL, so it's not just Aaron Rodgers rush props that we're giving out here. Okay, Those are bonus plays for you. Those are what we like to call pizza money parlay. Okay, you just effing around and find out. We like to give those plays out on Friday. We call them our FAFO plays. F around and find out on Friday. Bruce Green says, "What up, crew? Let's win today." I agree. Let's do some damage. A lot of college basketball on today. Some big matchups. Me personally, I got a handful of plays in college basketball, but I'm more of a March guy. I know I'm supposed to say that I'm really entwined with college basketball and on the pulse of it, but I'm not. That's
I hear you. It's a lot to follow. It's a lot to follow. It's a lot to follow with the conferences. So I normally stick to the Power 5 conferences, and I do very well in those Power 5s. I stick to them, and then I'll have a MAC conference, something that maybe I watch a certain team like Quinnipiac and get some value on them because, they're a team that I like to ride and continuously bet on, and they do me good. So you pick and choose in college basketball, and you got to know your strengths and weaknesses, definitely with all the colleges rolling with college basketball.
I agree with that. Like, if you ask me anything about the MAC or anything about the Big Ten, I'll be honest with you, I could probably talk women's volleyball if you want to have a conversation about it, if it's in the MAC and the Big Ten, because I follow those sports networks. I follow those conferences. Also the Mountain West. But I will say this, the Mountain West has only been since I moved out to Las Vegas about 15 years ago. So because UNLV's out here. And I'm like, oh, UNLV, Boise State. That's that team with the blue field. I'm like, I know them, so.
And it's like 7:00. You're watching it, right? And it's coming down your time. Yeah,
exactly. It's 8:00 night game, 8:00, 11:00 Eastern. The other day, I watched a college basketball game started at 11:59 East Coast time. And I was like, I watched the whole damn game because it started at 9:00 for me. And I was like,
how it is.
I mean, Vegas is a little different. We all know that, but I agree. That's some good. That is good sound advice there. Stick to a conference that you know, or you'll watch, or that you can hear about or pay attention to. Big games in the Big Ten, man. I'm interested in that Michigan-Washington game. How Michigan responds after being 19.5 point favorites and losing outright on their home court. But I can't stand Michigan, so hold on. Like Michigan State don't play today, but
let's look at this Illinois versus Northwestern game. Now, this is a tricky one. Northwestern. This is a completely different arena going in. It's small. It's a hard environment to go in and beat a team like Northwestern by double digits. Northwestern 6-2 on their home court, but they're on a 3-game losing streak. They're coming off an overtime loss. But what I saw out of Illinois is they played very good on the road in their last game against a very good Iowa team. That is another very hard place to go in and win that game outright. They did so. They're -8.5 against Northwestern. I am laying the wood with Illinois. I think they're a much better team here. They rebound efficiently. They hit from the perimeter, and they're a much faster team in transition than Northwestern here. They're on a 5-game winning streak. I'm laying the points here tonight with Illinois -8.5 against Northwestern.
I'm on that as well. Like I said, I have a handful today, and I love that I was waiting for you to say some stupid stuff about Northwestern, and I was gonna go, oh no, but yeah, I'm on Illinois as well. I think it's well worth it for me as far as a play just singly, and I mean, you guys know I'm a degenerate here. I do have a little teaser action. I found college basketball is, I'm just going to screw myself over and jinx myself, but I don't want to say easy to tease, but there are matchups where I feel like I'm like, well, that's just wrong. And, a three-team teaser plays 170 and you get 4 points to do whatever you want with in any way, shape, or form, up, down, or around, total or side. And so Illinois -4.5 in a teaser sounds even better than 8.5.
Yep.
Get 2 more, and that's +170. I have a 14 teaser. This is totally degenerate pizza money shit, but it's +290, and it includes Illinois. So
Go, folks.
Yeah, right. Exactly. UNC basketball trap today.
That's a tough one there, Jack. Stanford at home is 8-3, so they play very good, and they're coming off a loss, and they know they're versing an ACC team here in North Carolina. They just got blown out by Virginia on the road. I'm expecting a competitive game here at home. That's a game that I like to sit back and watch. If you wanted to bet the game, yes, the stronger play is North Carolina, but that is not the play here tonight. I'm staying back. I'm not wasting my money because Stanford can't pull an upset win here at home off that loss. They're 13-4 on the season here, folks. North Carolina, on the other hand, is 14-2. They're playing okay basketball, but the line just scares me, so I'll stay away from that one.
It scares the hell out of me. Yeah. I'll say this: Robert Ferengo has a free pick video on there that I probably would venture into. Here's the thing: when I cap college basketball, is like I'll look at the lines, where they're at, teams, matchups, different stats, whatever, this and that. But it's either a maybe or nope right away, or it's like multiple circled for me kind of situation. And then I go back to those and then filter through those one more time. And then those are the ones that actually get bet, and the other ones are just leans. And I mean, I lean North Carolina, but I didn't bet it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Right. Yeah. It does seem a little trappy. So I feel like everybody, Jack, I'm not picking on you, or I'm not picking on anybody, to be honest with you. But like when people ask, is this a trap? If you have to ask, it's just a trap. It's 100% trap.
Yep. Stay away from it. When you're asking yourself that thought process,
you're overthinking it.
Why are they just -2.5 here? They're the better team. They got a 14 in front of their name. That's the trap. That's the odds makers trying to say, hey, look at this line on North Carolina. They're 14th in the nation. Yeah, bet it. They're going to win right against the Stanford team. Well,
everybody has North Carolina to parlay.
Oh yeah, that's a parlay buster right there. So I stay away.
Money line parlay buster right there. But to be fair, other side of that, if you think it's a trap, do you go Stanford? I don't feel comfortable taking them. I don't. I mean, I didn't even feel comfortable taking Stanford plus, say, 6.5 in a teaser. So but then again, that I still don't feel comfortable laying those points. I didn't even feel comfortable taking North Carolina on the money line.
No, not at all.
And I mean, not that I don't bet college basketball on a money line sport. If it's like one, if the line is like one, like today I took, I don't know if you have anything in this game here, and you don't have to talk about it if you don't want to, but like Xavier Butler, do you have anything in that game?
I do not, no.
Okay, good. Well, I'm not good, but I'm just saying, like, that Xavier Butler game, I'm on Xavier -105. The line is like 1.5. I'm not getting into that like that. Like it's 1.5. So Xavier plus 1.5. I just at -115. I don't want the 1.5.
I hear you. This game scares me. I did a free play on it, and I like Butler.
That's you, the one that did it.
I like Butler in this instance just because they're on that 3-game losing streak.
Yep.
They just got beat at home by a St. John's team, and they're 5-5 in their last 10 games here. But they're going to play Xavier very tough. They're very similar teams, but what Butler does better, they score at a higher rate per game because they hit their perimeter shots. They're very good if they hit from the perimeter. They're 0-3 on the road this season too. Don't get caught up in that. If they hit their shots from the perimeter, they will win this game outright, and the line indicates that. So I'm on Butler in this one against Xavier. Money line.
I think it's going to be a dogfight. I'll be 100% honest with you. This is one of those games when I talk about a teaser like that. I'm on Xavier, and I'm also on Xavier plus 5.5 because of a 4-point teaser. Because I do think it's going to be a dogfight, flip a coin. And in flipping a coin situation, I always want as many points as I can get. And I don't care if it's football, basketball, or whatever sport. If it's a coin toss, I want as many points as I can get.
Xavier's good at home too. Xavier's good at home. So King Bally B, if you're on Xavier, ride it out. They're 8-3 here at home. It's going to be, like we said, it's going to be a shootout and probably last second. So if you got it, ride it out. It's a coin flip of a game in this one. It's either Butler hits from the perimeter or they come out flat like they have on the road all year and not hit from the perimeter and lose a game by double digits, you know? So Xavier, go ahead and ride it out, but it's a coin flip of a game. No question about it.
I like that. I mean, it's going to be definitely that's going to be one where I'm going to be, not just because I bet it, but I'm going to be flipping to that game.
Yeah.
Like I'll be watching. There's a handful of hockey on tonight. So I'm not really into that. There's not really any hockey game that screams, I want to watch that game tonight, or anything like that. My Pistons don't play, so I'm not watching any other game in the NBA. I'm just telling you right now, unless it's a playoff game. So college basketball, I will be flipping around. I will be interested in that Michigan game. I'll be interested in this Xavier Butler game as well. I just think it's going to be good basketball at the end of the day. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Here. Nah, I think Butler, the line just looks weird. Butler's on 3-game losing streak. I think they're due. Fair. I think we all have equal arguments either way. And that's what defines a coin flip game.
And that's what we were talking about earlier, though, Lenny. Like there's way better games and way better value than putting your money on, say, Xavier or a Baylor game that is
that's fair.
You know what I mean? So
that's fair. I mean, there's like a bajillion college basketball games on today. So I mean, there's a few. The TCU BYU game is just a battle of Christians and Mormons on a basketball court. I mean, I'm just saying, it's 50-50 every time. Exactly.
It's a coin flip every day.
It's a coin flip. 72% of the time I win every time. Caddyshack reference, by the way. TCU BYU, that late college basketball. It's one of those games. Starts at 8:00 for me, 11:00 Eastern time for you guys. Probably past your guys' bedtime out there on the East Coast, or 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central. TCU BYU, mine is a big number. I don't know if I can get behind that big number. It's one of those games where I had it circled, and I don't know if I can get behind it. It's a big number. And I think this is one of those games where they get up for each other. You know what I mean? I don't want to say rivalry, but maybe not that big of a rivalry. But how about BYU just having program after program, football, basketball?
BYU, though, what scares me in this game is they're undefeated at home. And right. I hate putting my money on the opposite side on any undefeated stance. If I could find a stat like BYU, they're 7-0 this season at home. The one thing you could talk about with TCU is that they just lost to the #1 team in the nation in Arizona there. So They have just played a very tough opponent here. Does that carry over now on the road against this BYU team that is very good at home? I would take the points with TCU due to the fact that they just played the #1 seed Arizona, and Arizona is a very, very good ball club, one of the best in college basketball, I think, here. So, you know what? They'll be ready for this game. TCU will be. There's no question about it. Will they cover that spread is the question. I'm taking those points in my back pocket just because they played the #1 team, and they know that BYU isn't as good as Arizona here.
How does travel affect? Because, I mean, I get that these guys are basically grown-ass men, okay? College athletes here. But TCU, for those of you who don't know, is Texas Christian University. So they're in Texas, okay? They just, at Kansas, lost the game in overtime, 104-100. That was a dogfight battle right there. And then they played at home. And again, you mentioned that Arizona game. And now they go to Utah in Mormon country. I mean, I know it's just a puddle jump kind of scop. It's not a lot of travel, but being a collegiate athlete yourself, how does that affect somebody that would travel? I mean, when I think college kids, I'm like, there's a keg in every bus that's traveling or playing, or how are they traveling? You know what I mean?
It's a lot. It's a lot due to the fact they always have to keep up with their homework. That's the one big thing. You got homework. These kids still got it.
It sounds cliche, but you got schoolwork, young man.
You got schoolwork. You're staying up late on the bus. You're getting in the homework. So that obviously plays into a factor. But I wouldn't look too far into it. Obviously, if they were traveling from East Coast to a West Coast that's a little bit different. They're just traveling from Texas to, Utah here. So it's the next state over basically. But I wouldn't play too much of a travel factor in this one. They haven't played since, what was it, Sunday or Saturday against Arizona. So they had some time.
The 10th.
They've had
Sunday,
some time to kind of regroup, get a practice in, and they probably left yesterday for this game here. So I don't think travel will be a factor in this one. Obviously, if they're playing off back to back.
When does that start to wear in on you though, as an athlete at that point? Because like maybe not this matchup from Arizona to Utah, but like you went from home in a matter of 10 days. You went from Baylor, or you went from home to Kansas to home to Texas, and before that Baylor. You know what I mean? So like you're just the last 2 weeks you've been on an airplane 3 times. I mean, that pisses me off. My knees hurt thinking about it. I'm just saying.
I hear you, but when I played too, you would want to travel. You want to go on those trips and travel, get away from class because you're out of class. You don't necessarily have to clock in, especially these coaches make sure their players are always in class. So I'm sure they have clickers and whatnot. So it kind of gives you a little break from class and makes you focus on your craft, which is the basketball side of things or whatever sport you may be playing.
Right.
But it does come into a factor, say, if these, students have finals and stuff and like these tests are coming up. It's a lot to take in, but I don't think, with this game in particular, travel does not matter in this one.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. I just, I was curious about the travel just as an athlete, but I'll tell you what, I wanted to lay 12 with BYU, but this is the last game of the night, and everybody and their brother's like, "Oh, BYU in the money line parlay," you know what I mean? It's minus 900 or some crazy crap. You know what I mean? I liked all the points, but it also looks like it's too many points, which scares me too. Where I think BYU maybe pulls away at the end. So again, I leaned BYU, but didn't bet it. Thought about TCU. Like again, like King Bailey says, 50-50 works every time.
I just think
NBA
competitive basketball. TCU should play competitive basketball. I would take those points, King. That's my favorite in the game.
What do we got? 7 games on in the NBA today. Your Bulls are playing the Jazz. I was interested in that game. I was interested in the Nuggets Mavs. And I interestingly enough, I kind of like the Wizards against the Clippers late tonight. But I'm telling you right now, that's up there with Aaron Rodgers rush props. Okay? And by the way, the Aaron Rodgers rush prop was 1 yard. I bet it at halftime, 1 yard.
1 yard, and he didn't get it for you.
Plus 130. Plus 130 is all they had to get.
Oh, that's a buster.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Bulls. It wouldn't be a Doc Staley if I didn't talk about the Bulls here. And this Utah Jazz team, they have 5 wins on the road. The last game, they won on the road in Cleveland there. Now they got to travel here to Chicago, where Chicago on the season, they're 11-9. They're 2 games above 500 here at home. I get it that they're 4-6 over the last 10 games, or so are these Utah Jazz. And the one thing with the Jazz is we all know they score a lot of points. So how I look at this over-under, it was at 242.5 when I woke up today. Now it's down to 240. So I do lean towards the under in this game. You think that it's going to be high scoring with Utah and the defense that the Bulls play, which is absolutely none. I like the Bulls in this spot here at home. I would lay the points. The Jazz only have 5 wins on the season here, folks. They just played their last game on the road. They won that. I think the Bulls win by double digits in this game here, so I would lay the minus 4.5 with the Bulls in this one, Lenny.
That's fair. The Jazz they're 5 games on the road are they're like Winnipeg Jet status in the NBA here. But since you've been gone, the Winnipeg Jets went on a win streak.
I've been hammering. I've been hammering.
You got to leave the country for the Jets to get on a win streak, or what's?
I guess. I hammered them both times. I told you that's one of my favorite teams to bet, and now just watch. They're starting to play a lot better.
Now they get a little groove to them.
Yes, they're going to start hitting their stride here in season. So watch out for the Winnipeg Jets too.
And I hate to say this for them, but it's coming at the worst part of the season, just so you know. I mean, NHL is about to go on a 3-week hiatus.
Yep.
For the Olympics and everything. So I think the last game is February 5th. So it's a Thursday. So it's basically like in 3 weeks, they're gone for 3 weeks. So
they're gone for 3 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, they're gone for 20 days. They're gone from February 5th to the 25th. So 20 whole days, they're gone for Olympic break. And then you got to be careful. It'll be, we'll talk about this when the NHL gets closer to that time, but you'll have to be careful at the time. It'll be like the beginning of the season. People, going into it, coming out of it, Olympic break. There's a lot of guys that really get into those Olympic stuff, and a lot of travel, a lot of that stuff. So, we'll be treading lightly coming out of that break. Let's say that.
That's for
what
sure.
What about Purdue, Iowa? Here we go. Purdue, Iowa, Big Ten basketball. What do you guys lay the points in Purdue, or are you messing with Iowa?
See, this is a tricky one here. I think I'm going to take a first half play, and it would be on Iowa with the points. We know that Purdue is great at home. They're 9-1. But Iowa, again, they just are coming off that loss against Illinois at home. I think they play competitive basketball here. It's a Big Ten matchup. I think they keep it close here in the first half. If Purdue slips away, it's going to be in the second half. Purdue's a second half team here. So I would take Iowa first half with the points. I think it's a safer play than the full game.
Look. It's a good look right there. I don't hate that at all because I wanted to bet Iowa, but I don't know if that's enough. And I'm like, man, they can hang. But can they hang the whole game? And that's a good look first half. There you go. Scott's in the house. Scott's on Illinois money line, Purdue money line, Arkansas money line, SMU money line. Parlay.
Whoa, Scott! You're going SMU. You're going against my boys there, Virginia Tech. Aren't they playing SMU?
Scott's on a roll. Scott's on his money line parlay roll.
Don't sleep on my hopes.
He had 13 leg parlay.
Did
you have Scott? Were you the one that had a 13 leg parlay? Somebody the other day, last week, Raphael, I think, was on the show, and like, yeah, what do you think about this 13 leg parlay? And Raphael's like, it damn near gave him a heart attack. I mean, he was like,
Raphael doesn't like 2-team parlays.
Dude, we argue, me and him, but we've had in-depth conversations about Raphael, just a 2-team money line parlay. Like they're both like minus 120. No. Won't do it. And he makes all valid points. All valid. And he'll say that about my 2-team parlays. And he'll be like, yeah, I could see that, Mandy, are you Vandy money line? Vandy money line. I'll money line BYU and UCF. See, BYU, somebody will have BYU in a money line parlay. 13 missed it by 2 legs. See, yesterday, 2 legs.
Story of our life, Scott. Missed it by a leg.
Speaking of missed it by Griffin and Nick Mencken and Griffin Murphy, if I could speak, were on this fish trip last week. And then they send me this picture. First of all, let me give you a little backstory. Griffin's trying to upload videos, and he's doing it in the morning for an NBA game. It took 2 days later before the video uploaded. I'm like, what kind of Mexican internet do you have over there? Third world country internet? What? He had all kinds of problems with it. But but what a mess. But let me take this down. We have photo evidence because Nick is smart, unlike some of us who go fishing and they're like, one day, I caught a fish this big and it just gets bigger. Well, Nick took a picture of it. Let me see if I can get this up here. There we go. Look at that, boys. Look at that. Your boys, Nick and Griffin themselves, the dynamic duo, out on the sea, doing their best part to catch trophy fishes.
Love it. Look at all the blood spilling out of that trophy fish right there on the boat.
You're going to hang that back there behind you on the wall? Did you bring that home?
It's going right there.
There you go, boys. Look at that. That's so I'm texting Griffin. I'm like, just stop doing it. Don't worry. Like,
I know.
It's just forever in a loop. And he's like, and then Nick sends me this picture. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm trying to have a conversation with Griffin. This is what he's doing right now. He's on a boat in the middle of the ocean fishing, and I'm trying
to
to
upload free plays.
Right, trying to upload a free pick for you guys. So how about that? Good job onto you guys. Good trip. It sounds like good times, good memories. Hell of a fish. Back to Scott's parlay though. Missed it by 2 legs. King Bailey says Iowa plus 5.5 first half. Washington 12.5. I'm on the other side. I'm on Michigan minus the. I laid the wood with Michigan. And then Georgia Tech money line and Butler.
Yeah, Washington
Miami, Ohio last night.
It does scare me just because that Michigan loss. So be very careful. I think Michigan's still one of the best teams, if not the best team in the country. So they just coming off a loss at home. They might bring the belt out and put it to Washington on the road.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for belt to ass. Very similar to like Miami, Scott's Miami, Ohio last night. He was talking with Griffin and Tony yesterday on the show, and I'm like, you're gonna put it, and they were like, what were they, 27-point favorites or something over Central Michigan? They beat them by 39 points, anyways. But yeah, that was a rocking chair win there. Louisville and Iowa State screwed me. Oh, oof. I know what games you were on. Yeah.
What's that? Louisville?
Yesterday, out of his that Louisville game in Iowa State. I was also on Iowa State yesterday. Screwed me as well. That was a tough game, and we all liked it too. We should have known better. I think Tony, George, Griffin, me, Scott, everybody in the chat liked it. We should have known better right there. That is scary. It's scary. I agree. Yeah. I like that. I like Michigan tonight for the reasons you mentioned. I think they bounced back, come out a little hungry, and they haven't. This is one of those games where I don't want to say they haven't been good on the road, but they're what do they have? 3 losses on the year, 2 losses on the year. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up a second. Their loss was on. They got 1 loss on the year, but the games that they didn't cover were on the road. That's what it is. I have my notes here. So they're not great covering machine on the road. So I worried about the 12.5. Like they come out here and still win this game by 10 and feel good about themselves, knowing God damn well I got 12.5 on the board. So,
And the only thing with this one here, Lenny, too, we talked about it, is the travel. This is a prime example. This is a prime example. This game starts Central Time, 9:30 for Michigan. They are in East Coast. They're on East Coast time. So that is a 10:30 start body time for Michigan. So that's the one thing that Washington has going in their favor in this one. But just like you said, they're coming off that loss. I think they bring the belt out, and I think they do business here on the West Coast.
I hope so. We haven't talked no NHL. I know you got a 7-unit in the NHL tonight, which you guys can get at docsdaily.com. The website links in the description of the video. You can use that free 60 to hop on board with Nick tonight. But let's talk about the Vegas Golden Knights and the LA Kings. It's not in that game, so I know we can eliminate one of them, okay? But I want to talk about that game particularly because these Vegas Golden Knights, they're living off their name.
Yep.
They're living off that name. Talk about a team that's got a lot of hype because they're the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, big freaking deal. They won that cup a while ago. But the Kings are not good at home. I don't.
Yeah, that's the tricky part about this line here too, Lenny, because in the morning it was the Kings. They were favored. Now it's switched. And I think the public has been all over the Golden Knights here, and that's why you're seeing this line flip, and it concerns me. Yes, Vegas is on a 4-game winning streak. They took the belt out against San Jose. They scored 7 goals in that one. But when you look at the Kings here, they're 4-5-1 here in the last 10 games. They're 7-10 at home. That is what has been killing this team, has been their home play. Usually and typically, that's where they play their best hockey here. I want to hit the panic button if you're a Los Angeles Kings fan, because you got Darcy Kemper in net here with plus money at home. You coming off a loss. I forgot who they lost to. The Dallas Stars at home, 3-1 in that one. The offense has been lacking here for the Knights. They're 29th here. And you hear me talk about it all the time. What is an elite offense is over that 3 goals per game. They're only at a 2.6, but they have great defense. They only allow on average, because they have good goaltending and good defense, under that 3 standpoint. Vegas is almost at a 3, allowing 3 goals per game. This is the game where I'm putting my money on plus money value with the Kings at home. I think they beat Vegas here because everybody in their right mind is on Vegas. You look at the road record, 11-5 on the season. They're on a 4-game winning streak, and the line is where it's at. It flipped this morning. Be very careful with this game. I'm putting my money on the Kings in this one, Lenny.
So I'm gonna tell you, I have 2 plays on this game, and I bet them both. I bet one last night, one today. Last night I bet the VGK Golden Knights. I did for all the reasons you just said, because I had a great mind. You know, all the people in their right mind. I'm in my right mind last night, apparently. Well, I had a few drinks, but I was like, yeah. And the Kings are horrible at home. But then I woke up and the line moved. I don't like it. And then, you know, the Kings get up for the Knights. The Knights get up for the Kings. The Sharks, the Ducks, and the Knights. They all have this like little 4-game West Coast little rivalry back. Arizona Cardinals, Coyotes back in the day, but they were, you know, now they're in Utah. So whatever. But those teams right there they kind of like, I'm telling you right now, half of Nevada is California residents. Okay. So they're all right there, and it's going to be a tough battle.
Divisional game in this. When you look at the records, 21, 11, and 12 are the Vegas Golden Knights, and they're first in the Pacific. Now you look at the Los Angeles Kings, they're 19, 16, and 10. They're 5th. So you're telling me this game doesn't matter to the Kings? They're only 2 games away from that first place in the Pacific here. They want to win this game here at home, and this is one they will get up for.
I got 2 draws tonight, I bet. And this one's one of them, Vegas and the Kings. Because I could see an overtime game. I could see a dog shit overtime game. And if I'm wrong, I put pizza money on the draw, like a half a unit. It's plus 300. And if I'm wrong, I feel like I will be wrong on the Vegas Golden Knights side. I'll be wrong. You know what I mean? So I feel like the safety net is the VGK on the money line.
Yep.
If the draw doesn't hit. Now, if I lose both of them and the Kings come out and beat their ass in regulation, then I lost a unit and a half. Okay. Then it is what it is, you know, then so be it. But I don't, and the Devils and this game, the Devils and the Seattle Seahawks. Come on, I got my mind on football. There could be a draw in that game too. Let's get your take on some football though, because we just, you know, you've been gone all weekend. I know you talk about your Bears and how great they are and yada yada yada, but this weekend, besides the Bears and the Rams matchup, is there anything that like stands out? You're like, you know,
yeah. I mean, it stands out. I took
besides the Bears being a lock.
Besides the Bears lock of the century,
100%. Yeah,
I mean, 49ers. You're giving me plus 7 points a touchdown against the divisional opponent Seahawks. They know what they're gonna get. I understand the Seahawks are one of the best teams. They got a great defense, but again, the 49ers are getting healthy. Brock Purdy, Shanahan, they're doing the right things, and they're going to get in a position to win this ball game. So you're giving me plus 7 points here. I don't care if they're on the road. Yeah, you're going into Seattle. You've already done it this season. Yeah, you already done it this season. Give me the points with the 49ers and Brock Purdy. And let's not forget where the Super Bowl is this year, folks. It's in San Francisco. They're going to want to play to win, and they're going to play to win here. I like those points in my back pocket, Lang.
Man, I want to. But this line makes me feel like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
What about the line last week against the Eagles, -6? I took the 49ers on the money line. What are we doing here?
I bet the 9. I didn't take a money line. I was all over them though with the points. So I did like that. Patriots was my best bet of the weekend though. I love that. That was my favorite play. Like anything I won prior to that game went on that Patriots game. That's how much I love that. I was coming out, and don't ever do that, folks. Just telling you from a money management standpoint, be smart. But if you're just doing it for recreational purposes and just playing around, yeah, everything I won prior to that game went on the Patriots -3. So yeah, and then I rolled that.
The one thing The one thing with the Patriots, though, I wasn't impressed whatsoever with the offense and Drake May. I was more impressed with their defensive performance in stopping the Chargers than I was with their offense. Drake May cannot perform like that next week against this Houston team and this defense for Houston. So be very cautious with that.
That game's going to be – that's good. I feel like that Texans-Patriots game is probably – I don't want to say it's going to be better than the Rams-Bears because the Rams-Bears is going to be epic. But the Bills-Broncos, I think all four of these games have potential to be epic games, to be honest with you. But the Niners – the line makes me feel like I don't – like if I would have never set that line and I'm so far off on where I would have set that. I understand San Francisco
3.5.
No George Kittle. They're banged up. They're all busted up. But again, to King Bailey's point, Sam Darnold chokes in the playoffs. He chokes in the playoffs, right? So you got that aspect. So you're really expecting Sam Darnold, who has a history of choking in the playoffs, come out here and lay 7. If you think they're going to win by 7.5, they're going to win by double digits. And I don't see that. So, but then again, I'm not running to the window to bet it. There are games I have already bet.
I will bet this. I will bet it, and I will be taking the 49ers on the money line.
Man, there you go. Bills money line, Texas money line. King Bailey's on the 49ers to cover or win. I listen, if you don't put the Niners in a teaser, I don't know what the fuck.
And
You've never learned anything from me. You guys have not taken any information from me. And but to be fair, I don't think the Niners win. I don't think I could take them on the money line. I just don't. I think the Seahawks defense does enough. Because that Niner offense is so beat to shit that I think the Seattle defense, I might throw. You want to give degenerate? I don't know what Seattle's defense with special teams or touchdown score, but I could see the defense scoring on some BS type.
I think they're overvalued right now. That I get it. Seahawks are probably the best team in the NFC. Maybe the Rams. I'm going to say Bears, obviously.
I don't know about the Rams because they're
falling apart. Rams are falling apart.
Their defense isn't legit. Their defense I thought was legit in the middle earlier in the season. They're not. But to be fair, this Rams-Bears game, this thing might hit 70, 80 points.
It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold here.
I don't give a shit.
It's snowing right now. Hey, you got to give a shit because, I get Matt Stafford, and he's played in Detroit, and he knows the weather. But, hey, how about the other guys that aren't
Devontae Adams played in Green Bay.
We'll lock his ass down with Johnson.
Then Puka Nuka, he's the only problem. That kid, he don't like no cold weather.
Yeah.
But I agree. I don't like the cold. The colder it is, and the more weather is a factor, whether it's snow, rain, or whatever, it would be bad for everybody involved if it actually warmed up on Sunday and it was like 32 degrees, because then it's a rain, slow, kind of sleet type situation. And that's just bad for everybody. But the more weather plays a factor, I think favors the Bears.
Supposed to be
Matt Stafford's out there snatching people's souls. Man, he's like he did. He went out there and said no to the Panthers. Who, hats off to the Panthers, played a hell of a game, coached a hell of a game.
They got outcoached, no question about it. He got outcoached.
Ben Johnson cannot outcoach Sean McVay, though. I'm just telling you right now, Ben Johnson did everything he could to lose that game last week.
Especially in the first half.
Hopefully he learns from that. Broncos all day. Josh Allen is Superman, but he's on a short week after getting beat up, and he got beat up in Jacksonville. Denver's the well-rested. This is another one. Be careful of the total here in this game. Both teams can score, but this is the type of game, Bills-Broncos, where I'm going to look at first half bets. And then I'm going to in-play. Because I like halftime bets.
Exactly. Look, if I was in the States, I would have definitely did a halftime bet on my Bears, but this is a live bet for me. See which way you have a side, right? If you're Buffalo, If you're on Buffalo, wait until Denver scores, vice versa, because this game's in a flip-flop, and you could get plus money.
Multiple lead changes,
wait
yeah.
and see how it goes.
That's fair. Seattle Kraken plus 1.5 win outright. I don't know that. Don't get carried away. I'm on the draw. Plus 310. Oh,
Seattle's playing good, man. Seattle's playing good right now. They're coming out of the woods here. They're 7-1-2 over the last 10 games. But you know, the Devils 11-8 at home. Oh man, I don't know.
Can I tell you why I bet the draw? Let me tell you why I bet the draw. Okay, let me pull this game up because when you hear this, you're going to be like, all right, that makes sense. First things that draw me right away to a draw. Okay, the Kraken are 21, 8, 15, and 8 overall. The Devils are 23, 21, and 2. Similar records. They're both 11, 8, and 3, either on the road or at home. Okay, they're like Kraken are 11, 8, and 3 on the road. The Devils are 11, 8, and 2 at home. That's the same thing.
Splits,
okay. Yeah. I don't like the East Coast, West Coast. I don't like that. That favors the Devils. But the total was at 5.5 last night. Now I think it's at like 6-ish. But when it's at 5.5, when the book tells me it's going to be a low game, and they're the same team, and all I can think about is the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other, I'm betting the draw at plus 310 all damn day. All day. And I heard a stat the other day. I forgot to write it down. Let me see if I can find it. 26% of the games in the NHL thus far, and we're about at the halfway point. 26% of them have went into overtime. Okay. That's 1 in 4. Okay. I'll take those odds at plus 310 all day, plus 300 all day. And then,
puck lines are awful.
Puck lines, yeah. 46% of the games have been decided. The other, of the other ones that have not went into overtime, so that leaves you 74%. 46% of that has been 1-goal games.
Yep.
So you got to take advantage of puck lines ain't it right now in regulation.
And so to King's point, yeah, I do like the Seattle Kraken plus 1.5 just because of what he just said.
Right.
46, whatever percent.
Yeah, 46% of the 1-goal games. So the plus 1.5 comes into play. Like any time that I have a home team getting a puck and a half, a goal and a half, I'll take that. I start diving down that rabbit hole. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit. I'm at home and I get a goal and a half. I'm like, unless it's like, the Vancouver Canucks or, or Winnipeg back in the day last week. But there's some big hockey on too coming up. So I'm gonna talk to Nick too after the show because I want to do some things. I'm putting you totally on the spot live, and then we're gonna draft out of here. But I want to do some Olympic hockey stuff. Yeah. Maybe because it's bracket form and it's point system and whatever. And I think we could cut some stuff earlier that has a day or so to get out where people know the matchups and some content for Olympic hockey that I think our hockey bettors out here that watch our hockey content would really like. You're one of the guys that do a lot of NHL. Scott Rickenbach's another one. Vernon Croy, unless we lost him to the Vegas streets, he will be back to NHL hockey. He's my man Vernon Croy he's been out here, folks, in Vegas, and let me tell you, it's taken everything I've had not to go broke. Just tagging along with him, okay? I need
Is he still in Vegas? Is he still?
No, he left. I think. So last I heard,
did he make it back?
No, last I heard, he left for back home on Tuesday. So that was yesterday, either Monday or Tuesday. He sent me an email and whatever, and he was like, "I'm back 100% action. Let's go get Vegas." Vegas took me for a minute, and then I got back out. I'm like, "Hey, man." I bet Vegas got me for 15 years.
Vegas gets me every time too.
When it gets you, man. It gets you. Don't forget, check out Nick's 7-unit play in the NHL tonight. You can use that free $60 account if you're brand new to Docs, or if you haven't used it. If you're just a YouTube guy that watches all of our free content and you're looking for somebody to follow for free, you could check out Nick and his 7-unit play tonight in the NHL. Free $60 account. Links in the description of the video. Other than that, I'll be back tomorrow. But I'm not sure who, to be honest with you. I'll be here. Good luck unless you're against us. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern.